Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Portal Reloaded. Let's continue. Really burning through this game, frankly. I think I'm supposed to just walk through here to the next level. We're on level 9 of what the chapter select seems to be 12. The levels are getting a little bit more complicated, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a couple hours more of gameplay and we'll be done. And certainly I'm just all playing this on the same day. One of the things that I think particularly this blue cutouts, just seeing how there's missing panels, almost as if this is a test facility that was never actually finished. But even in the official Portal games, there's a lot of places where you can look through things. Not as much here as there is in this case, but there are places where you can look through things and get the feeling like you should be able to portal there or see something of value, when really there isn't anything really of value there. This becomes a hallway of distractions, when arguably this should be a section where you just are walking through this as a in-engine cutscene and the game is talking to you. Looks like what we're going to have to do is either jump or go through time. I guess we are at the point now where we are going to have to break out of the path that the testing facility had for us. Although, arguably, we already have broken out of that same path, because around the fourth puzzle, we had to travel through time and go through a different... Well, actually, we probably traveled through time and went through the same exit. Let's see if there's a way you can miss this. Well, oddly, I tried to cut that short and see if you could fall that way, and it nearly had me fall that way anyways. Once again, all these little pathways give you the feeling like there should be something else here at some point, like a different direction or a different path. What would be interesting, and we haven't seen in any Portal game, is if there was kind of a speed run going backwards through the rooms. Like, that would be potentially an interesting thing to have happen. Alright, puzzle 10. And then they're doing the gimmick of the walls self-assembling, which really doesn't explain the blue framed walls that don't self-assemble as much. Music in this is kicking up. Not terrible. But not amazing either. Like, kind of ironically, I would say the final song of Portal 1 became too iconic for its own good, and as such it didn't leave a lot of room for any more musical elements. Like, while I enjoyed the Still Alive song at the end of Portal 1, I in no way had any interest in getting a soundtrack for Portal 1 and listening to the other songs, because they probably existed, but I didn't hear them. I didn't really... If the music played, I would have just ignored it. This is weird, yeah. You have self-assembling walls, but then you have just completely incomplete, unfinished walls. It feels like they just artistically opted to do that. Possibly just to make their game stand out a little bit more. think what's going to happen here, if I was going to venture a guess, is that we need a portal here, and then portal here, and then portal here. This may not really work so well, and honestly I don't think it's going to matter anyways. I think we have to do it like this anyways. So they want, if I was to guess, yeah, I'm assuming they want this to go up and down, and then time portal here, and possibly something else. What does this do? I can't even see what it does. It activates something over there and activates this, and has nothing to do with the squares. Well, that flung me up quite high. Kind of feels like there might be something secret down here. There's just so much exposed. Yeah, it's real easy to get visually distracted. We want this cube to kind of just fall forever, I think. I think that's the plan. And then, but we probably want it to fall forever in the past, not in the future. So let's just take this with us, just to see if we can do anything with it. Which means we have to figure out a way to both move the cube and not end up just falling back through this, which highlights the mistake of putting a frame around the floor. But obviously the frame around the floor is also there to make you recognize that that's your goal. Right. Right. That falling up and down like that highlights that the other one is falling up and down like that also. And you can see that there's a sampling size here in which it's not trying to update every frame, which is probably a smart move. Okay. The problem, though, now is getting back up. And I don't see a way to do that without just using a portal. Which, so the present is still falling, The past does not. Walking through this only fizzles the past cubes, not the present ones. How do we get that cube to where we are? That's the question. We need it flinging up. These portals don't work the way I remember them working. This one is specifically programmed to snap right in the center, which is fine, but usually I thought you could change a portal. If you shot a blue portal with the orange portal gun, it would switch it and wouldn't just fizzle out. Okay. You can see some of the factory is still running in the future. What if we were to put the time portal here and instead do something like this? I mean, I'm still in the future. That didn't move me anywhere. And that's the future cube, because you can't bring the past cube into the future. I mean, this could get me there if I just had the cube with me. But clearly this has to be done in the past, because you have to have the old cube here, or you have to have the new cube here, and then the future cube with you. Or maybe you don't. Maybe the door closes when you're... maybe the door is open now. But maybe not. This might be easier of a puzzle than it seems. Barely made it up there. Right. Right. Oops. Let's try that again with less momentum. Okay. Cube is here. We want the cube, I think, up there. Yeah. It is open at the moment. You can see a little check mark. So we would need the future one on the platform. And how do we get that to where we want it to be? It really feels like this is the solution. That gets both ready to be flung. So then the next step really is just could we jump and get back up there? Almost certainly not. Not from where we are. Could we get up there if we jumped? I guess is the question. Are we even going in the right direction? Nope, because it wasn't angled correctly. I don't know if that matters. All that I think has to happen is that we have to succeed here. Just get that falling. And jump through here. And notice how it turns you around. Because you were facing this direction and then you're facing the other direction. Right. Stepping on this should do nothing. And now it's just a matter of flinging that direction? No, not really. I need to fling myself that direction, not the cube that direction. Flinging the cube that direction doesn't help me. I need to fling the cube this direction. Guess we have to try it. Okay. But wouldn't there just have to be a time portal? That's really what we need, is we need the cube from this timeline, not to be over there, but through the time portal. There's something I'm missing, or there's a solution to this that's more complicated than, or different than what I'm thinking it is. Right. That didn't work. That didn't work. Start to think through this more. Can we get this to bounce back and forth? Not with that level of momentum. It'll just stay that way. Which is fine. Although where's that cube? Where'd the cube go? I have wondered if the game is glitched. Maybe you just don't get a cube from this dispenser in the future. I mean, yeah, nothing's fallen down. Is there a trick here where I'm supposed to just shoot a portal straight up a dispenser? If that's the trick, that would be very cool, but that doesn't seem like that's the trick. Alright. Certainly could get momentum myself and just fall. But you're moving very fast here. Maybe faster than even in Portal 2. I just don't see a reason. And that's probably going to make people motion sick, if that really was the solution. These diffusers Suppose I can make a time portal there. Can make a time portal there. That dispenser definitely does dispense a cube. And this definitely lets me pick up a cube and take it with me. Have to kind of walk carefully. Okay, so we have 2 cubes. Now what? Okay. So now we have the old cube falling in present day. Now what? In the past, nothing is happening. The thing here is that if you were going to put a time frame on this, it's got to be here, right? We're going to use a time portal to get something to bounce back and forth. So let's think about this. You don't really have a throw option. don't really think I understand this, but we'll try. Okay. The goal here, I guess we could get a little bit of height. Probably not enough. I think the goal here would be to get that to fall through that. Like that. And then to get that to fling up and down. But it doesn't seem like that quite worked. Okay. So you have to kind of place it here. Go through here. Fizzle this. That's pretty well locked in step. And then it just feels like you have one chance to grab. Okay. Okay, now I guess what you do is you jump through here and hope that that twists you around the right way. Correct. I think I'm a little bit wrong here. I think the goal is to probably not have it directly on the cube, although I did just kind of put it in the way again, and you barely have enough space for that. Okay. You don't take that with you there, you instead take it with you through here. And arguably, perhaps because it's a square portal instead of a round portal, it's a little bit easier to do these jumps. Okay. That'll fling me. How do I nudge this after the fact, though? That's the last part of this question. Is that I need to be able to bump this even a little bit. And the second I pick that up, that would destroy this one. Which does almost make an argument that it should be falling infinitely, but it can't be falling infinitely. I mean, I really just want to get far enough, and I know how to get back to this point, so let's just do this and see what happens. That's not a fizzler. That just turns off my ability to make time portals. If there was some white here, I could probably do that. there was any portal surface up here. There's no destroy the future or destroy the future instance or anything like that. Would there be a way to put the time portal on both of those surfaces? Potentially, but then there'd be no way to get into it. I could just hit that button. Everything would work. And that's another thing that potentially a future Portal game could have done, is you could have had some kind of remote activation or remote hacking function. If we were in the future instead of the present, would anything be different? Well, you wouldn't have had two cubes, and you wouldn't have the ability to destroy a cube. I just don't see how you destroy a cube over here. It's gotta have to do some. It's gotta have something to do with this. Definitely. So it's gotta be a case where this needs to fall infinitely in the past, in this timeline, which is just going to be put it down and deliver another one. Okay. Okay. So we go through here, and I think what we've got to do is probably just solve the puzzle the same way. So let's do that. That flung it that way. We need it up here. If we were to fling the present cube over there, we couldn't get access to the past cube. Okay. this cube to be over there. Which I guess is probably the same solution. You just come over here to get around, and then in the future you let it fizzle. And we set ourselves up so that those fall infinitely. And then you've just got like one chance to grab the cube while that's happening. Let's go ahead and just do this as securely as possible. Okay. I guess the hope would just be it's not that I fling my body over there. I need to go through the time portal, which if I were to put the time portal here, it would bring the present day cube and destroy it. So that's not a smart move. And if I was to put it there, that's not a smart move. But if I was to go back into the present time, let's do that. That doesn't work either. So I inevitably probably have to bring this cube, which really the game is falling on the same couple of concepts over and over again, or gimmicks over and over again. Okay. Now here's the problem. Let's say all of this is right. Am I supposed to somehow time it out where I can take this orange portal and fling the cube and that won't destroy this one? This one's moving and in a state of movement, so I feel like it won't destroy it until it comes to a stationary state or gets moved a second time. Or am I supposed to jump through here and just be in a different state? Because there's kind of nothing here now in the future. Nothing to interact with or to play with. So either I'm very confused here, or the goal is to literally fling the cube. But even if I was to fling the cube, then I have to fling myself. I guess that's probably it. Cross your fingers and hope. As soon as that flinged, that went. The cube got destroyed. And I don't think the cube going over in that direction really did anything for me. This may just be backwards. Insanely backwards. Honestly. I guess we'll start over. Although maybe I didn't need to start over completely. This one. I don't know if that really needs to be there or not. That's both cubes and both timelines falling. It's time to switch timelines. Notice how this kind of barely lines up with either one of the lines there. So if you were following the line, you open yourself up for making a mistake. We need to do orange. I do think the game has probably been programmed a little bit better for this mod, where pressing X to let go seems to not happen as quickly as it could. Let's see. I'm just going to pull backwards. Even pulling backwards, it still pushed me forwards. Alright. I need this cube to basically fall. No, that doesn't make any sense. I feel like if I was to put the old cube there and have it fall, it would destroy it just by bumping into it. So probably it's a case where the new cube should have never been infinitely falling, and I never really needed to bring the new cube to this point. Okay. Probably not a terrible place. This cube. Actually, it probably is a terrible place, come to think of it. Let's just start all over again. Having a more difficult time making a portal than I really should. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know if I really needed to get to that point. Maybe doing a lot of silly things. Right now, a lot of extra things. Yeah. This may be a lot easier of an experience than it seems. Okay. The problem with this as a concept is, how do I bump this cube later? I don't think I do. I think I've got to fling myself all the way over there. Yeah, that's the trick to this. That's how it just disappeared and didn't make a sound or anything. This is fairly complicated, and we are blowing our 30-minute time frame, but I do think I know what we're supposed to be doing now, so. I feel like I can just do that. Assuming the cube is over there, it should be fine. Now the question is just, how do I get over there in either timeline without the cube? I don't think I've quite got it. That didn't work. Okay. We need to grab this one by flinging it up. Which means then I need to fall down this one with the cube. Put it there. But this doesn't work. Does it? Does this possibly work? Actually, maybe I'm just overcomplicating this puzzle way more than I think. Yeah. I think I am. I think all I needed to do was this part, and I was thinking I was going to have to do several more steps to get a cube, to get this specific cube over here so I could bump it to move. But actually, I just needed to have this cube on that platform, the present day cube on that platform, and the past day cube there, which I think I probably said that and just didn't figure it out completely. And yeah, we've gone 49 minutes and we got really no dialogue there at all. Go ahead and make another save. Let's see. These are not, I think, getting labeled as too much of anything. That we're on map 5. So maybe we are actively still on map 5, and that there are 12 maps, and that's a lot more than 12 puzzles, because puzzle wise I think we're at like puzzle 7 or 8. That being said, we're running about 50 minutes per puzzle, so if we are at even puzzle 9 and there are 12, we're going to have a fairly longer experience than it felt like at the beginning. Arguably, I would say the first Portal game goes by very quickly, particularly on the second or third playthrough, but not really as quickly as this game, or most games even, generally speaking, if you are going to burn through early levels. They come very, very quickly. Where I think Portal 1 was fairly well paced out. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. It's kind of pointless to speculate. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.